All right, we're going to record. Hi, Lisa.
Hello, hi. Hi, my name is Lisa, and I am the assistant manager here at the Northwoods Humane Society. And I thought it would be fun for you guys, everyone out there, to have a tour of the shelter and to see what it is that we do on a daily basis. Even though I've been here for a couple hours already this morning, so a lot of it's already been done, but all the cleaning and stuff has been done. But anyway, our shelter was incorporated as a nonprofit back in 1989. And at that point, we didn't actually have a physical building. All of the animals were in foster homes. So we were incorporated as a 501c3 nonprofit. And we had cats stored all over town and dogs in foster homes. And then in 1996, we were actually able to purchase this property here and build this shelter. And I believe we have over 80 acres of property, including over here, which is our big dog park, which is for the public's use. They can bring their own dogs, personal owned dogs here, and the 5 acres for them to run off leash, as long as the dogs are well behaved and vaccinated and play well with others. And then over here, you can't see it from here, but we also have another little dog park, which is for small dogs. So if you have a smaller dog that you'd like to be able to take off leash and enjoy at the dog park, you don't have to have them in with the big dogs. So sometimes they get a little intimidated. So anyway, we have not only the 2 dog parks, but then we also have walking trails, several miles worth of walking trails that volunteers come and use to take our dogs out for walks. Speaking of volunteers, volunteers are a really, really important part of our shelter and how we're able to basically run things on a daily basis. So hopefully you'll get to meet some of our volunteers inside. A couple of them have already been here and have done their job and are on their way home already. So we have volunteers here that do everything from cleaning cat cages, walking dogs, washing dishes and laundry, answering phones. Our shelter just runs on volunteers. So anyway, this is our shelter, and we are known for our bright pink, which is kind of our signature color. So if you'd like a tour, we can start in through the
Sounds good, Lisa.
The pink door. So, and if anyone has questions for me about anything.
Oh, you can either unmute yourself and ask the question. We've only got a couple people on, or put it in chat, but more than likely unmute yourself because I am walking around with the video camera. So it's a little hard to get the chat. So unmute yourself. So
one other thing I was going to mention regarding just the fact that we run on volunteers, we also are a nonprofit, and we do not receive any funding from local, state, or federal funds. This shelter is run completely on donations and fundraisers. And so for us, our big events are very, very important. And COVID was really tough on everybody, lots of nonprofits last year, because we had to cancel a lot of the events that helped to keep our shelter running. Another one of our big money makers is our thrift store, which is downtown Hayward. And our thrift store has expanded in the last couple of years, and we've really, it's very, very important for keeping all of these animals cared for and everything that we do here. So everything is run on donations, adoption fees, and fundraisers. So and you can ever help to support us in any way, we are thankful for it. So, and the animals are too.
And Lisa, you accept dogs and cats, correct? No other?
Yeah. No, actually
creatures,
we
or?
do.
Okay.
Well, we mainly focus on dogs and cats, but we occasionally get rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters, occasionally birds, but we like to try to have the birds put into foster homes because it's very stressful on birds. But we've had geese, chickens, we had a pony once.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah,
so somebody...
we will help we will help any animal that's
Anything
in
with a
need.
tail.
Exactly, or not a tail. You know, we've also had one time we had I don't remember if it was a little alligator or crocodile or what it was. And we are not licensed to accept wildlife. So we are not a wildlife rehab center. What we do when people call us with questions about wildlife, like right now we get a lot of calls, people finding little creatures that are abandoned. We usually send those calls out to a couple of the other wildlife rehab centers. There's a couple, and unfortunately they're mostly Duluth, not real close, but yeah, so we can hold animals here that are waiting to be transported to a wildlife rehab, but
Oh, that's good to know.
We are not licensed to take wildlife. So.
Okay, but that's good to know. You take more than the cat and the dog.
Come on into our pink door, and of course the phone is right there.
All right.
And I guess we will just start our tour here in the office. And this is where we do a lot of our. Hey, girl. And this is one of our volunteers. Is it Sherry? Sherry, we're doing a Zoom here for the library. Oh.
Our summer reading theme is Tails and Tales. So we want to let people know how to save the tails or save the pets.
So she is one of our brand new volunteers.
Yes, brand new.
This is your second day, I
Yes,
think?
yes,
So
yeah.
we're gonna put her through the ringer today. No.
No, that's okay. We want people to come in. That would be great.
This is one of the things that's so important for us to have receptionists and people that can help us do things like answer the phone, because when we get really busy taking care of the animals, we just don't have time to do everything. And answering the phone is really important in getting the animals adopted, because people are calling with questions like, do you have this dog or this cat available for adoption? So we really appreciate all the help, and people love it, you know. So this is our office area, and then this is our room that we call the visitation room, although presently it's being used as a home for one of our oldest kitties. I'll get the tour.
Oh, I got it.
You got it. She's doing great with that.
Multifaceted.
This is Foofy, and Foofy actually lives in this room. She's an elderly cat. She's about 18 years old, and she is up for adoption, but she's kind of a special needs kitty, but she's doing really well. So she's a kitty that had been in a foster home, and now she's back with us. She does not like other cats though, so that's why she gets to live in. She gets this whole room all to herself, right? So
Go ahead.
this is our main kennel area. And one of our other volunteers is still in the process of cleaning. This is John. And John.
Hi, John.
Hi, John. Say hi. John comes to us twice a week to help clean the kennels, and he's a huge help because it's a lot of work. Oh, and I don't know if you want to peek around the corner in here. This is one of our little rooms. Actually, we can go right in the door here.
Okay. Whoops. Oh, someone's trying to escape.
Hi.
Oh, look at that.
So this is one of our rooms that we can have litters of kittens or puppies or whatever is necessary in here. These little guys came to us with their mom, and now they're getting ready to be spayed and neutered and up for adoption, right? Pretty
Look
cute.
at that face.
Pretty
Yeah.
cute, aren't you? Why are you so sleepy? And one of them is not very friendly, but he is getting better. This little guy can be a little hissy. He's figuring it out though.
Oh, look at that.
He's figuring it out, aren't you? So,
Right.
I'll
Excuse
show
me,
you our
Watson.
two.
Whoops.
You want me to carry your mouse?
My mouse. See, they even accept mice. That was my mouse for my computer.
I don't know if we've had mice here, but.
Oh, well, you've got one here now.
So this is our cat adoption room. So all of these
Nice.
cats in here are up for adoption. And here's another one of our wonderful volunteers. This is Riley. Riley, come and say hi.
Hi, Riley.
So Riley came to us. We're doing a Zoom for the library. Tails and
Tails and tails.
Tails and Tails. So Riley came to us and asked to help out, to volunteer. So we've got her doing dishes and laundry, and then she socializes the cats and breaks up cat fights in here, and you know, helps keep the cats happy. So all of these cats in here are up for adoption. They've all been spayed or neutered. They've been vaccinated, tested for feline leukemia, and microchipped. So, and wormed, right? You got some special wormer yesterday. So right now we're only open for adoption by appointment only. So if anyone is interested in adopting one of our wonderful cats or dogs, you do need to fill out the adoption form on our website, and then you can schedule an appointment to come in. So
I've got a friendly one at my feet. I can't bend down and do anything.
So both of our cat adoption rooms have a really nice outdoor area, a catio, which has become really popular with people. And some of these cats just were altered. This girl, Macy, just got spayed, so she's just spending a little time in her cage until she feels a little bit better. This guy is just being naughty, so he's getting a timeout.
Is that Felix?
No, that's actually Garfield.
Okay.
Super nice cat, fights a little bit with the other cats. So they have a nice little, look at, they're out here just chilling. 2 cats in the beds. This is Skittles and Katniss, and they're just hanging out here, which is super nice for the cats because they can be safe, but yet they can be out here and enjoy some fresh air. Little bugs come flying in, and they can chase bugs or butterflies, or we got a little catnip planted outside. So yeah.
How do you name the cats?
Well, sometimes I just, whatever pops into my head.
I see how you named the Garfield. Looks like Garfield the cat.
I do have a volunteer who gives me a calendar every year with names of cats on them, and I do steal a lot of names off there. So I use a lot of the same names over. But if a cat or a dog comes to us and they already have a name, like they were surrendered for whatever reason, and they're used to that name, then we'll keep that name. But if they're a stray, then it's more fun for them to have a name than just a number. So yeah, catios are great, keeps cats safe. They can enjoy the outside without the risks of, you know, the outdoors, like cars and dogs and things like that. So he's obviously enjoying it, aren't you? Here, I'll give you a. So we can look at this kitty. So she's loving it.
Aw. Oh, look at those eyes, green eyes.
That's Rosemary. And she is just a sweet, sweet cat. Rosemary came to us from Texas. So she was a transport cat. In the past, we've been doing a lot of transporting mostly dogs and puppies from Texas and Oklahoma. We haven't really had a need to find more cats because there's always been a lot of cats in our area, but the last couple months we've taken some cats from Texas as well. They were already planning on bringing us dogs, so they said, would you like a couple cats? So we've taken a few Texas kitties. But the cats are, I was telling Ann, cats are very prolific breeders. So that's why we usually have a lot more cats than we do dogs. Cats like to try to have as many litters of kittens when the weather is warm. And so a cat can have sometimes 3 litters of kittens in a summertime.
That's a lot of litters.
And they usually average 4 kittens per litter. So that's a lot of kittens. So we have been doing, you know, for so many years, such a strong spay neuter program here in Sawyer County that we are seeing our numbers of kittens going down because we have been so proactive in trying to do that. And we still are doing that. And we are also helping with the feral cat population in Sawyer County. So if people have wild cats that are on their property, if they're interested in keeping those cats, we're happy to get them spayed or neutered and rabies vaccinated for free. If they don't want those cats around though, then we will also get them altered, but we will rehome them to a new farm or barn. If they're friendly cats, then they come here so they can find a nice home.
That's good to know.
So
Oh, they're all over here, relaxing on the nice cool concrete
yeah,
floor.
everybody's just hanging out. So we'll go through this is Timmy. He wants to be a star. I'll let you.
All right,
go
yep,
first.
so you can,
We're gonna go right down maybe the middle of the.
okay.
Here's Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Diane is our canine coordinator.
We'll probably meet her at the next event that we have in July.
Yes. So
Right.
we are gonna go through, let's see if John is done. I'll just take you through the dog kennel area. So John, the volunteer that you met, has been busy cleaning all of these dog kennels. And he cleans them,
Oh.
he cleans them and sets them back up with toys and treats. All the dogs are outside.
Makes the bed nice.
Yeah, exactly. Makes the bed, everything gets scrubbed and cleaned. And they all have their name and their pictures on their kennels, so we know which animal goes where. And then some of them have.
Oh, this one was the cutie, the one wagging his
Yes.
her little behind.
And some of them, have different restrictions. Some of them are only for, can only be handled by staff. But, there's all kinds of information for dog walkers or for volunteers here. So this is another very important place in the shelter, which is where we do tons and tons of laundry and dishes, and
you're always looking for volunteers here too,
always
correct?
looking. Riley, that you met, has volunteered. Now she already washed all of the cat bowls this morning, and she'll probably get started on doing a little laundry. So we're always looking for volunteers to help with things like that, because it just gives us more time to get adoptions and to find people, match them up with the right dog or the right cat. So, let's go outside and we will meet some of the dogs. So there's lots of fans going on. It's kind of damp today. So this is our main
Oh, look at that.
dog area. This is Harley.
Hi, Harley.
Super nice.
Oh, yes, hi.
Yeah, so they get to play in these big play yards and lots of toys and
Oh, yes, hi.
this is Kimbo. Kimbo is super sweet. Loves to play. Loves to go on walks.
I know, hi.
They're just hoping it's not going to rain again. And then these are some more dog kennels.
Oh.
Big dog. And then the wiggly one. And yeah, I know. We're all saying hi. We're all saying hi.
Hi.
More space over here for more dogs too. So we've really expanded this quite a bit.
A little louder than the cat area.
Yeah, except for when there's a cat fight.
Yeah. So we'll talk more inside.
Yeah.
So they're all looking for homes now too,
They are
correct?
all looking for homes. It's the same procedure as with the cats. Anyone who's interested in adopting a dog or a cat needs to go to our website, which is northwoodshumanesociety.org. And you can fill out a dog or a cat pre-adoption form. And we process your form, and when it's approved, then we can schedule an appointment for you to come and meet one of the dogs, or just meet all of them. If you do have a dog already, then we have to schedule what we call a meet and greet, which would be you have to bring your dog here just to make sure that it's a good match with one of our dogs. You know, we just want to make sure that it's we want adoption to be a positive experience, whether it's a dog or a cat. And it needs to be a positive experience for the animal, for the family, and for other animals that are in the home. So sometimes it takes a little bit of work to just get that right match, but that's what we strive for. And if it's not the right match, then we have you bring the animal back, and we keep searching for that right match. So that's about adoption. So
Sounds good.
and then this is our other, this is what we call a kitten room, although there's only a few kittens in here available for adoption. I think everybody's outside. So, oh, here's some orange guys just chilling. Look at these two.
Oh, perfect shelf sitters, like for a bookcase.
So this is Popeye, obviously, because he only has one eye. And he came to us as a stray. He only had one eye. Something had happened to him. And then this little girl, which is a little more rare to have an orange female tabby, because usually orange tabbies are males. Not all the time, but more than likely they're males. This is Zelda. And Zelda came to us from a farm just up the road. Several of the other cats at the farm were not, they were feral, so they were not very well socialized. But this one was one of the only cats on this farm that the little girl could pick up and carry around. So she definitely got a lot more attention, probably by the little girl on the farm. So she came to us to be adopted. The other cats were all trapped and altered and returned to the farm. So
That's a nice service too.
yes.
Oh,
This is Dusty. Dusty is enjoying her bed.
looks comfy on a morning like today.
She's totally cozy. So we have a couple kittens in here that are up for adoption. So they'll be hopefully someone has made an appointment to visit one of them tomorrow. So hopefully she will be adopted tomorrow.
Oh, and this was interesting. The coloring on these two cats.
Yeah, so these two cats, this is a mother and daughter, and they are what we call a dilute tortoiseshell. So they're kind of, instead of black and orange,
Oh, look
they're
at that.
kind of gray and peach. They're really nice cats. These cats were not strays. These cats were actually surrendered, which means that the owner could not keep these cats any longer. It was one of those stories. The cats actually belonged to this gentleman's sister, and she left the cats with him, and then he was moving, so he could no longer keep the cats. So he knew that we would take good care of them, that we would be able to find homes for them. So he was comfortable bringing the cats here and saying, I can't care for them any longer, but I know you will find another wonderful home for them. So
Are you looking for them to go
I
together?
think it would be nice if they went together because they really love each other.
Beautiful coloring.
Yeah, and we put them in two different cages just so there's a little more space for them. But the gentleman said that they sleep in the same bed and they groom each other, and so they're a good mom and daughter pair. So so then there's just another outside catio out here with everybody behaving themselves out here. Got some cats.
And this you said is the
She's actually what we would call a calico, but she has tortoiseshell coloring, the orange and black. This is Edna, and Edna actually was a surrender. She is declawed. So if someone is looking for she is front declawed. She has no claws on the front.
So most of the cats do have claws?
Yes. We do not declaw cats here, but if somebody surrenders a cat to us that has already been declawed, or if we find a cat that was a stray that is declawed, then then they're up for adoption. And there are some people that, are, for whatever reasons, are looking for a here comes everybody, declawed cat. Here's one other of our old kitties here. This is Storm. And Storm is about 13 years old, and Storm has some pretty significant kidney failure. And Storm is getting subcutaneous fluids twice a week. And those fluids are helping to keep his kidneys going and keep him healthy. So he's doing really well. And the vet said, just keep doing what you're doing because it's keeping him going. So
that's good to hear.
Yeah. And so we do whatever we can to keep.
What happened, Lisa, is we were out on the patio and we were too far away from the internet.
Gotcha.
So I will email everybody that was on here, and it will be on YouTube, and we'll have them come. We'll finish this tour, and we'll do a little bit more next month.
So right now we are in what we call our isolation area. So this is specifically for cats. And we have two areas in here. And these are cats that have just come in that are not up for adoption yet. For instance, this guy just came into us yesterday. His name's Francisco. And he has not been neutered yet. He has not been completely vet checked yet. So he's just gonna chill out here until, I think he's scheduled for surgery on Monday. So after he's neutered and tested for feline leukemia, microchipped and all that, then he will be up for adoption. He'll be in one of the adoption rooms. And then we have some other kittens that just had come in, and they're scheduled for surgery next week too. So then we have a mama cat with 3 babies in here, and she is awaiting a foster home. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the mama and the kittens in a foster home. And foster homes are so important to us here. People who want to foster dogs or cats, we couldn't do this without them. For instance, right now we have the dogs that came from a hoarding situation last week. They are all in foster homes, and some of the fosters would like to keep them, and some are just helping us out and fostering them until they can be put up for adoption. So we also have a program specifically with the kittens that we call Foster to Adopt, which means we would allow somebody who has an approved application, has been approved for adoption, if they're interested in taking a little kitten home with the intention of adopting it, they are allowed to take it home before it has been altered, as long as they're willing to bring it back here when it's due for vaccinations, and then when it is eventually scheduled for surgery. So Foster to Adopt is wonderful because the family gets to enjoy the development and watching the kittens grow up, and so it's really a win-win for everybody.
And you said one of the obligations they have is to come back for any treatment shots.
Yes.
Or for
So kittens and puppies usually receive a series of vaccinations. So so we explain, you need to bring this kitten back here between this day and this day. And we usually have the vaccine already drawn up, and we vaccinate them really quick and they're out the door. But so that's been working out really well, and everybody has been following through and making life good for these little guys. And yeah, it's so fun for them because then they get to, you get to have your kitten or your puppy before they're altered, but when they're still so young that you can enjoy them. So speaking of vaccinations, we have a couple little kittens that I was scheduled to vaccinate today and give them their wormer. So I was going to show you what we do. So these little guys came to us from a farm just down the road, And quite a few of the adult cats on the farm were what we call feral or wild. But these little kittens, we got them when they were still young enough that they can be socialized, that they're friendly, they like people. If we waited a little bit longer, they would probably have been afraid of people. They would be, it wouldn't be that they could never find a nice home, but it's a lot more difficult when they're already afraid of people. And then if we get them when they're still young enough to be socialized. So this little guy, this little fluffy guy,
He is fluffy, I'll
and he
tell
does
you
not
that.
have a name yet. So if anyone knows what they want to name him. So oh, careful.
Oops, that was landed into Lisa on
So
that
what
little
I'm going to
step.
do with him, I'm going to put him on the scale, and we're going to see how much he weighs today. So he weighs 1 pound, 13 ounces. So he's getting close to 2 pounds.
Here, I'll close this door for you.
Here, I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
And so he is due when he came in, which was 2 weeks ago. He got a dose of wormer because it's very important to make sure that kittens are wormed enough, because kittens and puppies are usually have lots of worms. So he's going to get a little bit of this wormer, and it just goes right in his mouth. And he's purring, so it can't be that bad, could it? Couldn't be that bad. So he's got his wormer, and then he's going to get his vaccine today. So I already have these drawn up. And he must like it because he's just purring. So this is some of the stuff that we do. And then, you know, we like to handle them a lot and get them used to humans. And these guys have dirty ears, so they need to be cleaned again, which they don't really like. But we check them over, and then sometimes we'll do things like trim their nails and get them used to being handled a bunch to make them into a really nice family pet for somebody. So we got one more. He says I'm doing really good.
Well, you handle that like a pro.
I think I've done this quite a few times.
On such a tiny little paw.
So yeah, so they are, and then they also, when they come in, we use a flea comb and we comb them. Make sure that they don't have fleas. These guys not only had roundworms, but they had another type of parasite called coccidia. So they had to have a special type of wormer for that too. So we comb them and we check them to make sure that they don't have fleas. And you look pretty good. So here's a kitten that if he hadn't have been brought in here, he would have ended up being another wild kitten on this farm. But because we got him when he was young enough, he's going to make a really good pet for somebody. He likes people and he's purring up a storm. So this is what we do on a daily basis, and we can always use lots of help, foster help or volunteer help. So if you like working with animals, it's very rewarding, right?
Well, thank you, Lisa, for bringing us back here. And
well, thank you guys for coming. And
yeah, we'll have a little bit more. Sorry for the intermission there. I think what we did was we got out of the Wi-Fi area zone.
The catio.
So yeah, the catio. So the cats can't have Wi-Fi out there.
Cats
so we're okay.
do not have Wi-Fi. They're mad. They want their own phones.
So where could they contact you again here, Lisa?
Well, you can always call the shelter. We answer the phone between 11 and 3, Monday through Saturday at 715-634-5394. Or you can email us at pause@Northwoods Humane Society. Or you can go to our website and contact us through northwoodshumanesociety.org. And yeah, we would love to have some more adoptions or have some more volunteers and have some more support.
All right, well, thank you, Lisa. And we'll also have a little kit available in July. We'll at least have a dog toy. Maybe we'll also have a cat toy available where people can pick up the kit, make the toy, and bring it back to the library, and I'll bring it back here for you.
Oh, would you like a toy?
So
Yes.
we'll see you in July again. Thank
All
you
right.
so much, everyone. Apologize for the little intermission.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, you were so good. You were very brave.
Still.